Welcome back to 504 Road Trips. We're still in the western suburbs of St. Louis, Missouri, heading south on US Highway 61, but now we've exited the interstate, the Avenue of the Saints has ended, and we gain a new concurrency with US Highway 67 South, as well as the Lewis and Clark Trail. US 61 and 67 follow Lindbergh Boulevard, which was built as a bypass of St. Louis around 1930. Running from the Chain of Rocks Bridge to the city of Melville. Here, Lindbergh Boulevard forms the boundary between Ladue on the left and Frontenac on the right. Ladue had its beginnings as a farming community in the 1800s. When the automobile replaced the horse and wagon as the primary mode of transportation, farmers began selling portions of their land to city workers who wished to live outside of the urban area. In 1936, the villages of Ladue, Deer Creek, and McKnight merged to form what is now Ladue, named for a prominent family in the area. Today, Ladue has a population of 8,989 as of the 2020 census. Here, Lindbergh Boulevard continues to be the western boundary of Ladue, but becomes the eastern boundary of the city of Huntley, which had an estimated population of 388 as of 2019. The community encompasses most of what was the original 650-acre farm of Stephen Maddox in the 1700s. The entire city is residential, with no commercial or industrial zoning. Police services are provided under contract by the city of Frontenac. The original city was incorporated in 1929 and occupied 450 acres. More land was annexed in 1937 and 1947 to reach the current size of 750 acres. A fox hunting club called Bridle Spur Hunt was established by Edward E. Bakewell, an early resident, and August Anheuser-Busch Sr., owner of what would later become the world's largest brewery. Residents here are among the wealthiest people in St. Louis, particularly members of the Bush and Moran families. We enter the city of Kirkwood, and just to be different, the name of Lindbergh Boulevard becomes Kirkwood Road. The city was named for James P. Kirkwood, builder of the Pacific Railroad through the area. Kirkwood was the first planned suburb west of the Mississippi River. Planning began after the Great St. Louis Fire of 1849 and subsequent cholera outbreaks that claimed the lives of 1 out of every 10 residents of downtown St. Louis. Beginning at Manchester Road, Missouri Route 100, we begin a concurrency with historic US Route 66. This is the first time on 504 Road Trips that we've been on an original alignment of Route 66 that wasn't paved over by interstate. Of course, modern development has changed the landscape enough here at this intersection that it would be unrecognizable to a time traveler from the days that Route 66 was still an active US highway. Kirkwood was platted in 1852 and was the first suburban municipality built outside of the St. Louis city boundaries. Deed restrictions prohibited industrial development within the city limits. Kirkwood had a population of 29,461 as of the 2020 census. Here in Kirkwood, the Green Tree Festival is held for 3 days in September, offering arts and crafts for kids and foods from many different cultures. This has been a tradition for over 50 years. Since 1961, the festival has been held in Kirkwood Park and consists of a parade and a fair. The festival was originally created to replace the drought-stricken trees in the park. The Kirkwood High School Pioneers and Webster Grove Statesmen alternate as hosts of the annual Turkey Day game, the longest-running football high school Thanksgiving Day rivalry west of the Mississippi. The 100th anniversary game was in 2007. The winner of the Turkey Day game receives the Frisco Bell, while the loser gets the Little Brown Jug. Kirkwood is on the Jefferson City subdivision of the Union Pacific Railroad with passenger rail service provided by Amtrak. On the right, you can see the historic Richardsonian Romanesque Kirkwood Station, built in 1893. Here we go through an interchange with Interstate 44 and US Highway 50, and here US 50 will join the concurrency. We enter Sunset Hills, which had a population of 9,198 as of the 2020 census. The local street name reverts to Lindbergh Boulevard here. Just ahead at a diamond interchange with Missouri Route 366, we lose the concurrency with historic Route 66. Missouri Route 366 is a highway located completely within the St. Louis metropolitan area and is primarily a former section of US Route 66. It was established in 1979 when US 66 was decertified between Chicago, Illinois and Joplin, Missouri. We conclude today's video as we enter the city of Sappington. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up, post a comment, subscribe, Share and follow us on social media, and join us for our next 504 road trip.